Alright guys, how's it going? A bit of an interesting one. So appointment setting changed my life so much to the point that I became a completely different person in just 2 years and nobody helping me. Okay, it got me to making 6 figures from my phone, worked with people like Charlie Morgan, William Brown, generated $1.7 million in cash for my clients. I have millionaire friends. I've got friends doing multiple 6 figures per year. You know, I travel the world whenever I want to. I'm living the exact life that I always dreamed of ever since I was a kid. Okay, and I'm running through how I did that, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the lifestyle side of things and like actually physically and just within my life what changed rather than actually going into the intricacies of how to do it. Because I want to give you guys inspiration in this video, okay? To show you what can be done when you do the right thing for a very long time, okay? And bear in mind, like I'm going to show you how to do this, right, through this whole channel. But what I need you guys to understand is I did this without anybody showing me how to do it or knowing what I was doing, okay? I had to figure this all out myself. So imagine how much faster you could get to this point, right, which I'm going to show you in a second, with somebody showing you exactly what to do. This is all my own doing, okay? So there's actually a few more that I've got, okay? But I want to make this video very quickly, and I've got a few videos down here that we're going to watch together, right? But essentially, this is how my life used to look. Look how fat I used to be, right? I was fat, I was working at a retail job. That was actually, I had two ends of the spectrum. I was very fat and I was also very skinny at one point, okay? So I just couldn't catch a break, and I was broke on top. £19.32 in my account. I was a fat little bastard there. I was miserable. I was skinny there. Okay. I tried bulking up and did it wrong. I just got fat instead. I had a carpentry apprenticeship where my boss used to bully me every day. I actually got fired for having a injury in my elbow, and he said, "You're no good to me anymore," and then fired me because of it. Right. So here's pictures of me, you know, on this apprenticeship that I hated, scraping about £19 a day. He should have been paying me £50 a day. He was paying me £19. It was illegal. He used to bully me while I was there, fired me for having an injury. Yeah, it was a dark period of my life, man. And I had to work at a retail job on top of it in the evenings just to make up for the money that he wasn't paying me, right? That's how bad things got, okay? And I was just a complete, like, loser. I didn't know who I was. I was a skinny and fat up there. I had two ends of the spectrum, like, just this little runt that had no prospects, no, you know, leverage, no skills, no nothing. I was just some complete loser. Like, honestly, to be honest, on my CV to apply for jobs, I had any experience. It was like, I had a carpentry apprenticeship that I got fired from when I worked at one retail job. Didn't do that well in my grades, didn't get really good GCSEs, didn't come from a rich family, didn't live in such a great area either, right? Yeah, I had £19.32 in my account, and I remember that was October 2023, right? And I couldn't do anything in my life, right? I was driving this terrible red car, Vauxhall Astra, red Vauxhall Astra. Used to break down on me all the time. I couldn't really afford the car payments. I had no money to my name, really. Like, honestly, I was just in a complete crossroads. I was at a complete crossroads. I had no idea what to do with my life, and I'd been trying to make money online for a while. I finally made my first £50, right, from short form content. And it was just, it was like the best feeling ever making that 50 quid. But then I realised, I was like, how do I turn this into £5,000? Because it was so hard to make that 50 quid. And I was thinking, how can I do this again and again and again and again and again? And I just hated myself, guys, okay? And we're going to watch some videos here of me working in these retail jobs, just so you can get an idea of how bad my life was and how much I hated my current position, okay? So let's watch this one here.
I fucking hate this job.
Yep, that's just a little quick clip there. Didn't really enjoy it too much. It's me on the till at another retail job. Scanning people's items. You can see by the look on my face, I just didn't want to be there. I hated my life. Like, I remember I used to be on my phone under the till, and they could see me in the cameras up there. I was on my phone at the till, trying to find ways to make money online. In fact, when I first started appointment setting, I remember I was booking calls. If you can see, right where my hand is, right, to the left, there's a little gap where I used to go on my phone. I used to be booking calls while I was on the till, and they could see me in the cameras, and they threatened my job on the line because I was doing something else, and I was, you know, not really paying attention to my job and everything. They threatened my job because I was on my phone while I was doing appointment setting. And it was so funny. I got to the point where before I quit my job, I would make more in about 3 hours of doing appointment setting on my phone under the till than I would in that entire shift. Right. In fact, more than like two or three shifts, I'd do more in 3 hours under the till on my phone than I would in like 2 or 3 shifts. It was ridiculous. Okay, that's me working this other retail job. You see this one here. I think this is like a motivational video to see, like, to look back on when I make it.
I need to put more pain into the universe first before I get what I want. I know what I want. I want to live my life to the fullest, and I want to be able to do that no matter what. Like, I want the money, I want the freedom, I want the time, I want all of it. I know I'm worthy of it, and I'm gonna fucking get it, but this is where you got to start out if you want to be successful.
Let me just pause it right there. Can you hear how I'm talking? It's so immature. Like, I'm not pronouncing my words properly, I'm swearing a lot. Like, I'm just such a child, right? Who wants to employ this kid? Who wants to take this guy seriously? Girls didn't take me seriously, friends didn't take me seriously, jobs didn't take me seriously, I didn't take myself seriously. Just like, it's even small things like how you talk drastically affect, like, stuff you get in return, like, you know, opportunities and stuff like that. Just the fact, like, look at me. I was spotty, right? I was out of shape. I didn't speak properly. I had a terrible mindset. My diet was awful. I had a terrible friends group. I was in a toxic relationship. I had no money. Yeah, life was bad, guys.
Sometimes people don't have it handed to them. Sometimes you've got to do it your fucking self. Sometimes you've got to do shit jobs like this to earn the money.
I apologise for the
to
language,
do your
guys.
Business, and you've got to sacrifice 2 years of your life doing that, because, you know, in the end you're going to be making 20 grand a month, and it's going to all pay off. And then once that happens, all your friends that are taking the piss out of you because you work at the co-op are going to be broke and bored and dickheads still.
Speaking of fair, guys, I need to get one.
Don't worry about it. This is what you've got to do. This is what you've got to do. I work at the co-op. I've got my own business and it's yet to make money. It's fine. Yep. Because I know eventually I will.
I've been trying to start an agency for 3 years. No, not 3 years. I've been trying to start an agency for about a year and a half. I'd spent nearly 5 grand on mentorships. I was in 3.5 grand debt to my mum for buying these mentorships, right? Nothing worked. Had made zero. I actually hopped on my first ever sales calls with a multi-millionaire that used to be on a TV show called Made in Chelsea, right? They ripped me to pieces on the sales call, just like, you're a teenager in a bedroom, why should I take you seriously? It was really embarrassing. Like, I was just a loser, guys. I probably started off in a worse position than you're in right now. At this point right now, honestly, toxic relationship, no friends, hated myself, spotty, out of shape, no money, terrible mindset, terrible diet. I just, like, honestly, just some bum on the street. Honestly, there's nothing to me here. There's no, like, what's the word for it? There's no substance to me here. I'm just some loser. Just some loser. And I hated myself.
Eventually, if I quit, it will never happen, but I'm not going to fucking quit.
Yeah, guys, the language.
It's embarrassing that I work at a co-op, but the thing is, I'm not going to be
I used to say the F word after every, like, 3 words. It's really bad.
So, laugh all you want. Yeah, laugh all you want. Ha ha ha, work at the co-op. Ha ha, dickhead. Give me 2 fucking years. Watch where I'm at.
Such a chav. I'm just like, again, like, I'm not framing myself very well there, am I? This is like, no wonder I got no opportunities. I spoke like a pirate. I looked like a pirate as well, not in a good way.
Exactly where I want to be. I guarantee it's still better than you. The amount of stuff we've done in the past year is stuff that you wouldn't even be able to fucking dream of doing, because you're all pussies and you're all shit. Don't fucking judge me. I guarantee the shit I've achieved in the last year, even though it's not been
terrible
exactly
language,
what I wanted,
mate.
it's
Terrible.
still better than anything you could ever fucking do. So shut up. Now watch me in 2 years.
Honestly, I don't know how I walked around, like, swearing that much. Like, honestly, like, just a word of advice for you guys. Like, if you want to be taken seriously as a man, right, get the whole swearing thing out of your system. Like, just stop. Nobody wants to hear you say the F word every 5 seconds in, like, conversations. If you want to be taken seriously, make good money, and you're in business meetings, and you're saying the F word and the C word and calling people, like, stupid names every 5 seconds, you are not going to be taken seriously. Just by cutting that out, changed my life a lot as well, okay? Regardless of appointment setting or anything else, that's what changed my life, is speaking properly, presenting myself well, right? Not swearing, and fixing my mindset, fixing my diet, cutting out my friends, cutting out these toxic relationships, and locking in, basically, guys, okay?
Do then. I'm on £1,062 a month right now.
Yeah, 1k a month I'll scrape in.
Right, I want to be making like 20 grand a month in my 20s. Right, it's gonna fucking happen.
Yep.
Sorry, it's gonna. But yeah, I'm just making this so I remember where I'm at. Because eventually it's gonna get to the point where I start to not really appreciate the things. I'm gonna be grateful for where I'm at when I'm not successful. But I want this to, you know, remind me to always stay humble.
this to one,
My name's Aidan Kalinsky. I'm the owner of Calixa.
That was my agency that I tried to start, Calixa. It was a marketing agency for, I kept switching niches. I had e-com, I had watch dealers, and then I had swimwear brands. Yeah, didn't sign one client.
Soon to be 6-figure, 7-figure marketing agency.
Not marketing agency.
This is where I'm starting out. Hope anyone can find motivation from this, and I'll see you soon.
God, that's painful to watch. Anyway, so that's where I started. That's how I used to be, and that was, when was that? That was June 2023. I remember because there's a specific moment around my life that happened then that I remember the date of. So what's that like? What's it now? 23rd of January 2026, nearly 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. That's not that long, guys. That's not that long. Okay, bear in mind, I had no idea what I was doing. So that's how my life used to look. I had no money, like we've established, right? I had no friends. Well, I had friends that I thought were my friends, but weren't actually my friends. Toxic relationship, no money, hated myself, everything. And then after finding appointment setting, locking in, getting in the gym, fixing my diet, fixing my mindset, making some money, stopping swearing, taking care of myself, everything like that. After, boom, right? This is how my life looks now. Now, I make very good money from my phone, right? I travel the world when I want to. I've got very successful friends, multi-6 and multi-7-figure entrepreneurs, right? I have total lifestyle freedom. I'm in Spain right now, right? In a very nice house, okay? Life is very, very good, okay? I don't need to worry about the time or the money or anything like that. I have total control, and I'm living the exact life I've always dreamed of, okay? So I'm just going to show you here, like, the amount of traveling I do, okay? And the amount of, like, opportunities I've gotten, right? And the amount of people I've met. William Brown, prime example, multi-millionaire, personal friend and a client of mine, okay? Like, just look at this, guys. I've gone to Dubai several times. I've gone to Barcelona, purchased VIP seats at Barcelona Stadium, right? First man, Chris, he's actually a personal friend and a client of mine, right? Just living the good life, guys. Going to Dubai again, like Spain, and I got in elite level shape. Like, here's the thing, right? Let's put this into comparison. Let's just put this into comparison, right? Let's just look at this, right? Paste. Jesus. Wow, okay. I need to give myself more credit. That's actually quite impressive. I've gone from that to that. Yeah. In fact, that's probably a better one. That to that. Now, appointment setting didn't do that for me, but it contributed, and this changed my life. So, listen, guys, a bit of motivation. If you want to change your life, it's more about what you don't do rather than what you do, right? So, cut out the bad friends, cut out the bad people, right? Bad relationships, even if it's family members, right? Isolate yourself, figure out who you want to be, stop swearing, eat healthy food, right? Go to the gym, stop buying stupid crap, stop doing drugs, stop smoking, stop drinking, right? Again, I stopped all of that stuff. I didn't do drugs anyway, to be honest. It was like drinking and smoking. I stopped doing that, right? And all of a sudden, randomly, oh my God, surprise, surprise, I stayed consistent, did the right things over a long enough time frame. Now my life is sick. And appointment setting and just eliminating the bad things from my life, like I just said there, that plus getting into a model that can make you money ASAP, rather than trying to start a marketing agency, which is a stupid idea as a complete beginner. Starting something where I realise I've got no skills, need to make money now, make like 1 to 2K a month very quickly with like remote sales, starting off with appointment setting rather than remote closing, for example, as well, is what got me here. So guys, my mission now is to help you do the exact same thing with appointment setting. If you're a complete beginner, you don't know what you want to do with your life, maybe you're stuck in a retail job, a job you hate, you have no skills, no leverage, no nothing, you're intimidated by drop shipping and starting an agency and all of that kind of stuff and closing, and you want to get into it, but you don't know how to start, you don't necessarily want to start a business, but you just want to make some money online, right? I can help you do that. I've just shown you, I've done that myself. This is what got me out of work in these retail jobs. And for example, it's Friday at 11:42 a.m. I'm in Spain, right? Life's good, guys. And if you want to learn exactly how I can help you do the exact same thing, there's going to be a link down below in the description, right, to book in a call with me, and I'll show you how I can help. Now, full transparency, that call is designed to sell you something. So if you don't want to be sold to, don't click it because it is a sales call. So if you don't want to be sold to, don't click it. If you are curious about how I can help you out, click in that link, book in a call, and I'll run you through exactly how to do this properly as somebody that's still in the appointment setting game.